We're going for another walk today, and why not? Can only be better than being at home, and unless one has something specific to do at home to occupy yourself, something that has to be done, which is more than just occupying yourself then. And today I'm using my little point and shoot camera. So tegnies beteken dit dat hy bietjie meer gaan ruk en pluk as die GoPro, maar hy het presies op die kop dubbel die hoeveelheid megapixels, so dit behoort nog helderder of wat ook al, meer kontras ensovoorts te wees. En hoekom nie? Ek is net lus om iets anders te probeer. Die file, die movie, behoort dan dubbel die grootte te wees, wat natuurlijk 'n bietjie langer sal vat om op YouTube te sit. But why not go for a walk? If you've got the opportunity to get to, let me just tighten this camera a bit here. If you've got the opportunity to go for a walk, then why not go for a walk? It really is about as simple as that. And with this camera, one can zoom in a little bit further as well. And you never know. If we see a bokkie or something, we may actually have a better chance of zooming in. And we've seen bokkies on 2 occasions now, just from walking. And to spot the talking, even with the talking. So, hopefully baboons, maybe, you never know. Maybe a nice naluri, you never know. This weekend, afgelope naweek, dat ek net hierdie ding nou draai, ek gaan 'n stukkie rekord. Wag, ek is nou by julle. Ek het geen idee of hy te ver is, of hierdie point and shoot te ver is, en of hy te naby is, of wat nie. Maar ek gaan nou net hierdie stukkie rekord, terugspeel, en kyk of die moeite werd is, om hom enigstens so te hou. So kom ons kyk, ek is nou by julle. Yep, it recorded. Does seem to be fairly close, well, not too close and not too far. I'm not used to recording myself. It's only over the past 2 months that I've actually started that. And why not? When we come back, we're going to be coming back on this one. And since it's so dry, let's see how little water, not how much water, how little water we have today. I am opting to record less files, longer files, hoping that this camera, that the battery will hold. That we shall see. Why not give it a test and see how it lasts. Funny enough, it doesn't actually seem to be shaking as much. Listen to the birds. And the trees. And the sunshine. I've got my GoPro with me if this battery ends up running out. I've got my GoPro with me. I don't think this movie, this technically speaking movie, is going to be anything longer than an hour. I prefer to take less files, longer files, longer clips, less clips. Even if it means I skip certain little parts, and go for the main pots. Yeah, it's running. It is running. Ook maar net. We've had even drier conditions than this. And it was still running. A few years ago, we had a drought, like a serious drought. And it was still running. Very glad that this bridge is still holding. Whoever made it, they did a good job. A solid piece of little bridge of this. Please let me not trip over anything. Gister toe gaan speel ek en Adel tennis. En ek het reeds 3 tennisballe georder. Ons het net soos 'n rubber soliede tennisbal gespeel wat ook die ding gedoen het. Ons was nie baie ernstig oor 15 love induce en advantage nie. Ons wou net die bal 'n bietjie geslaan het. Of was dit nou nie 'n technically speaking tennisbal nie, maar daai ding het die ding gedoen. Soliede stuk rubber wat soos 'n tennisbal gelyk het van die buitekant af. En hy het die ding gedoen. It really was nice taking those people up the Tierkop on Saturday. A couple of years ago, I would never in my life have thought I would actually enjoy taking people. Ek het altyd vir myself gedink, hierdie hele voetslandpad behoort aan my. Daar was omtrent geen mense op daai spesifieke stuk van die Tierkop voetslandpad nie. En ek dog toe altyd lekker man. Lekker rustig, ek het die hele wêreld vir myself. En ek dog toe, nee, hoekom sal ek ooit enigiemand wil vertel hiervan? Want niemand weet van daai rit nie, daai roete nie. Uit die blou het dinge verander oor die afgelope maand en 'n half, 2 maande maksimum, sou ek sê. Deurdat ek mense soos Hester, wat 'n lekker WhatsApp groep, soos wandel voetslaan groep gestig het, ontmoet het. En baie mense skielik nou ontmoet het. Mense wat net soos ek is, middelgeslag, jonger geslag, nie hoi polloi tipe mense nie, mense wat ook net wil uitkom en ander plekke gaan sien vir die eerste keer. Selfs die ouer geslag, daar's ook ouer mense hoor. Daar's ook ouer mense wat daarvan nou en net plekke wil gaan sien. Ek glo nie daar's 'n enkele persoon van hulle was in Mosselbaai, het van Mosselbaai gekom. En ek glo nie daar was 'n enkele persoon wat Saterdag saam met ons gestap het wat daai roete al geken het nie. Ek dink almal, daar was omtrent seker so 10 of 11 van ons miskien, min of meer. And I don't believe any one of them had actually seen this trail, had actually been on that trail before. So when you get a nice little thank you at the end, especially from, well, everybody, but when you get a, oh, thanks for showing me, and then I said, it really was a pleasure, great pleasure showing you this, and please feel free to show me any other trails that you may be familiar with. That is the big advantage of joining groups like this one, and you get the chance to show them places that they may not have been on yet, and in exchange, a week later, 2 weeks later, whenever, you get the opportunity, and even transport under my circumstances gets offered, which really helps me a lot, or else I would not be able to go and see all these other places. There's about 4 or 5, perhaps even 6 examples of places I've gone to walk at where I would not have been able to get to had I not joined this club. So it's a great advantage. And this coming weekend is another example. We're going to be doing the Montague Pass again. Not again, I came down with the Montague Pass with Hester and Carl when we did the Pass to Pass trail, and we opted to walk down all the way down instead of walking back with the pass. Instead of doing a to and fro, we had walked down. We walked from the Outeniqua Pass to the Montague Pass and then down, all the way down with the Montague Pass, and then kindly got picked up by Hester's husband and taken back to the vehicle, which was now still at the Outeniqua Pass. Daar is dele waar mens moet omgaan. Seker net so 2 of 3 dele waar mens nou om hierdie boom moet stap, byvoorbeeld. En hoekom nie? Pas op vir die slange, mense, pas op, pas op. Kyk, daar's eene miskien. And we doing some bundu bashing. Sometimes I just feel I have to record these unspectacular parts because it does give an idea about what you must be willing to do to get back to the more spectacular parts, like steep down yet. If you're willing to get your shoes a little bit wet on the odd occasion, if you're willing to hold onto branches to keep your balance, you can go anywhere. Wat nou ongelukkig gebeur Al wil ek verkieslik langer video klips neem, minder klips, maar langer klips, werk dit nie altyd so uit wanneer jy foto's wil neem nie, want dan moet jy stop. Jy moet die video recording stop om foto te neem, tensy jy 2 kameras bring, maar dan moet jy in elk geval jou een kamera waarmee jy video record stop, sodat jy jou aandag kan skenk aan die ander ene. Waar jy die foto's geneem. Kyk na hierdie goggas weer. Ek het nie 'n verskoning nie. Ek moet my hammock bring, een of ander tyd. Maar ek hou van my hond, man. I like my dog's company. And I can't bring him to places like this. That's where the problem lies. Actually, it's not a problem because I enjoy myself just as much with him as I enjoy myself outside here. Places like this. Do you think I should take a photo here? What do you reckon? Not all the water, but with these kind of things that stick out. What do you think? So far, so good with the battery. Onto this rock so that I don't slip into that water. Down this rock onto there. Back into flat terrain. No, I have to keep myself more active. Last night was another terrible night under my mental conditions, where I had another huge 3 in a row shocks, basically electric shortcuts in my brain that drive me nuts. I don't think you can feel more suicidal than seconds after each experience. And they always happen at the most predictable times. Always. You want to go to sleep? You need sleep. You have to go to sleep. The minute you go to sleep, you've closed your eyes and you want to go to sleep. The moment you switch over from awake to asleep, you've got a shortcut in your brain that makes you feel like you've been in an electric chair. And it just like hammers your whole body. So you immediately think, oh, here we go again. Hopefully it is now neutralized. There is no electricity left in the brain. It won't happen again. You eventually try and get more sleep. Second round. Again. Very demoralizing. Very demoralizing. Drives me insane. Never seems to ever, over the past 6-7 years. 7 years now, around about 6.5 years now. It doesn't go any further than that. But even still, you cannot help but wonder on every single episode of it whether it's going to lead to something more than that. Ever. You never know. It makes you incredibly suicidal. You feel like taking a 9mm, if you had one, next to your bed. It makes you feel like you would take that 9mm and just blow the rubbish out of your head. Unfortunately, that would kill you, but it makes you feel like that's the only way to get that wrong wire that's inside the brain. Get it out of it. Drives me fucking insane. Then weeks can go past when nothing happens. Almost as long as making it start believing that the problem is solved. And at the most unexpected times, it's back. Here we go again. Some more shortcuts in the brain. Let's shock this guy. Let's shock the whole body for a split second. Anyway. Hey, are you baboons? Are you baboons? Are you the small baboons? Can you hear them? I think the mic is better on this camera. Maybe we'll be lucky. They're on that side somewhere. I'm going to try and call them just now. I think that will be a beautiful photo. Okay, sorry, I'm going to make a bit of a noise now because I'm going to try and call them. Bo! Bo! I love baboons. It's funny how you keep walking in one direction. And you keep discovering that the better looking photos would be if you were walking in the opposite direction. Ek hoop ek kan vervoer kry na die Outeniqua pas aankomende, ek het nie op die kalender gekyk nie, maar die 8ste kan 10/10 of Saterdag of Sondag wees. Wat lekker van daai staproete is dat daar wel mense is wat baie, ek wil nie sê fyngevoelig is nie, maar wat definitief net nie daarvan hou om deur 'n bosserasie of deur modder en sulke dinge te stap nie. Daar's 'n klein handvol mense soos dit, each to his own. Maar as jy op die Outeniqua pas stap, sal jy nie sulke goed kry nie. Jy gaan nie modder kry soos in die berg nie. So dis vir enigiemand om te stap. As jy oefening wil kry. As jy oefening wil kry. Alweer tyd vir 'n foto. Dink ek. Moet ek hom so neem? Moet ek hom onderneem? Ek weet nie, of net so. Ek dink so. Wat dink julle? Okay. Turn your volume down, because I'm going to try and call him again and see if there's a response. Turn it down now. Bo! 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 Turn your volume back up. Ek kan dit nie glo nie. Ons is al klaar aan die einde hier. Ek vir my het dit nou net vir 'n oomblik gevoel asof ons so pas begin het. Nee man, nee. Dan moet ons iets anders uitwerk. Ek wil meer gaan stap. Mense, dink julle hierdie varing aan die linkerkant met daai sement, sementbakstene en so, en daar sal nogal mooi lyk. Ek weet nie, wat dink julle? Tot dusver verloop dinge vlot met die battery. Ek weet ek het al voorheen 'n hele redelike staproete met hom gedoen. Ek dink dit was al meer na langs die treinspoor. En dit het redelik lank gehou, so ek het redelik baie vertroue. Dat hy redelik lank gaan hou. By the way, I've got good news. Well, I may as well speak Afrikaans because my message on Georgita staan saam was ek soek 'n tandarts. Ek skryf haar, kan tandartse jou tande vir jou wit verf deesdae? Ek skryf haar op die boodskap, ek wil my tande wit laat verf. 4 van my tande wil ek wit laat verf. En Plaskon skryf ek, twyfel ek of dit gaan werk. Maar ek skryf ook daar op 'n ernstige noot, my tande lyk verskriklik. Daar word toe 'n voorstel van 'n spesifieke een gemaak, waar ek al voorheen was by die mall, wat vullings vir my gedoen het. Ek het eintlik gevra dat hy my tand trek vir my. En hy doen toe 'n vulling wat eerder as wat hy onttrek, bietjie geskaaf aan die kant, reggemaak, eerder as wat hy onttrek, wat omtrent dieselfde gekos het op die ou ende, as om hom te trek. So tand gespaar. Maar 4 van my voortande moet geverf word. And you can forget about all the fancy. Let me show you there. If you look there, which you won't be able to do with a GoPro, you're looking at one of the 2 square reservoirs there. My DSLR is far too bulky to hold like this. Anyway, en ja, ek sal definitief 'n draai moet gaan maak een of ander tyd. Want dit gaan nie net meer oor verskriklik lelik nie. Dis meer as net dat hulle vergaan. 'n Vriendin van my en van PE het al haar tande laat trek, want hulle is net so bros as myne, en vir dieselfde rede. Sy is op medikasie, drink ook omtrent iets soos 9 pille 'n dag, soos ek. Miskien nog nie heeltemal so lank soos ek nie. Wat die was dit 'n kat? Something definitely just went over the road here. But I mean, mind you, there are houses, maybe about 100 meters other side there. Maybe some cats do like to come right through this piece of forest here and come and explore here. Come through this section here probably. It was right here. There's definitely something that ran over here. Nee, maar ek moet 'n plan maak. Dit gaan nie net oor lelik lyk nie. Hulle lyk verskriklik, hulle is bros. En dit sal lekker wees om 'n vet smile te gee vir iemand vir 'n slag, sonder om te wonder of die persoon gaan omkap uit 'n skielike skok uit. Ek gaan 'n foto hier neem. En weer eens gaan ons ek gaan definitief nie weer daar stap nou vandag nie. Ek is nie baie lus vir daai modder nie. Hoekom? Want ons het 'n opsie. Ons gaan hier stap. Waar minder modder is. Ons gaan net die een spesifieke mooi boom wat daar lê, ou dooie boom, dit gaan ons mis. Maar in ruil daarvoor het ons meer skade weer. Kyk hoe loop hierdie waterskieletjie. Dis definitief munisipale water wat stadig maar seker lek hier. The thing is, you see that open part there? There's the municipal pipe that runs all the way this way. I'm so glad that they are pretty much hidden, that they're still underground, despite the fact that they're in the forest where nobody can see them. So if you come walking in the forest quite often, you wouldn't even know, for those who don't know, that there are pipes. Still wouldn't even know there are pipes unless they stumble upon one or two parts that stick over. Hello, I'm doing a little video. Hello, almost looks like my neighbour's one, yeah. That was no nice. I've just spoken to a young couple. Probably thought that I'm either speaking to somebody walking with me. I was more than happy to tell them that I'm just making a little video like I quite often do, even if it's just by myself. Try and explain a couple of things. Where we have been, where we haven't been. Maybe even if we go to places where we definitely have been. With the video, it could just look different every time. Like the level of the water, as an example. Nice young couple. They told me that they've seen a loerie. They had binoculars with them. I said to them, oh, julle kyk seker vir die voëls. Het julle al 'n loerie? She says, ja. I said, het julle al 'n loerie gesien? She says, yeah, they saw one this morning. I said to them, there's only 3 birds that I will recognize in this whole mountain. Okay, except for Adidas, I suppose. If it comes to smaller birds, the one would be a funk. What is that in English? That make these beautiful nests. I'm English and I can't even remember the name of it. Weavers. The other one would be little sugarbirds. And after sugarbirds, you cannot say you don't recognize a nice loerie. And they've seen one. So they're going on a nice gentle forest walk here. And they've already seen a nice loerie. Good for them. I cannot believe. You know what, I've been sort of counting while speaking. On my point and shoot here, it's easy to follow the amount of minutes of each recording just by looking at the back screen. Wonder where the baboons are that we heard earlier. Let's not forget that you can hear them from miles off. We were halfway. That exaggerates. Minimum, I'd say, a third of the way up this mountain on Saturday, day before yesterday. And you could hear the baboons, which were in this area, all the way from a third of the way up. That is how loud they are. That is what I love about baboons. How they manage to be so much louder than dogs, I don't know, but they are loud. You could even hear the small ones from all the way up there. So it can be deceiving when you hear them and you're under the impression that they're fairly relatively close. They could be a couple of 100 meters at least further away than what you think. So all of this now, this little walk today, being far better than nothing, is at 20 megapixels instead of 10, and we shall experiment and have a look again. I've clean forgotten how long it actually takes to, or took to upload the one quite a long while back that I'd also taken with this camera, and we'll see later, just now, how long it's going to probably take roundabout to upload it. I've got to do it via my phone every time now. With a PC it's impossible. It's impossible to upload anything onto Facebook, any video. Facebook doesn't want to know anything about it, at least with me. Then uploading on to YouTube on the PC is just as impossible. It starts at 2% and stays there. It goes up to 2% every time, consistently up to 2%, and then stops. So every time I've got to copy the whole movie, even if it's 1.5 to 2 hour movie, I've got to copy onto my phone and upload it onto YouTube via my phone, which can be done, and yet there's nothing wrong with the connection. It's not like there's no connection to the PC, line connection. Go like this because the sun is going straight into Valencia. It's not like there's not any line connection, or else there wouldn't be any internet at all. So who knows what the reason is. But anyway, it still can be done. If you can't do it one way, you do it another way. Do it in a different way. So, looking forward to tennis. Ons gaan tennis speel. The balls should be arriving on Thursday. They should be arriving on Thursday. 3 tennis balls, proper tennis balls. That is good exercise. Draf. Ek wil nie sê draf is vir die voels nie, maar soms dan hou ek van draf. Meeste van die tyd voel dit vir my asof dit vir die voels is. Ek kry net soveel oefening met tennis. Want voor jy jou oë uitgeveet, kry jou hele liggaam, al jou dele, kry goeie oefening met tennis. En is lekker. Jy gee nie om oor waar jy die bal gaan slaan nie, of jy probeer dit eintlik na jou opponent te slaan, laat sy dit kan terugslaan, of hy, of wat ook al. So jy probeer dit na die persoon te slaan, laat die rallies 'n bietjie langer kan hou. Ons het nie so gespeel om te kyk wie kan die ander ene uit serve nie. Ons wou net die bal na mekaar toe slaan. So kan 'n mens vinnig fiks raak. Anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. And at some stage there will be another one.